What's up, everybody? Blake Scholar Magic. Hope you're doing most excellent today. So today we did some spring cleaning, so to speak. That B-roll that you were just watching was was the before, and we're at the after. We made it, guys, and I'm so excited because we got a couple things to talk about here in terms of the channel and what we're going to be doing the next couple weeks. So just wanted to kind of give you a taste of that. The first, I guess, announcement is that this one here, the Heiko, the patient avalanche, will be for our 750 subscriber giveaway. So make sure you start commenting. We will definitely be counting, once again, all the videos since 500, because that was definitely teased then. So there's definitely be a big pool of videos to kind of spin the wheel for that. So, but make sure you start commenting to be eligible for the Tycho deck. That is a Demir Ninja Turtle equipment deck, a very tanky Tycho. I did like to play him in Brawl. He played very different. I think on like a year ago, it was very like kind of like um, what would you say? Just once Tycho kind of was starting to produce and making your other creatures unblockable or itself, it was just like kind of inevitable damage. And I like that about Tycho. It's just like you can't really interact with him when he's attacking, and he's just a tank. Like I said, he just is like really, really bringing the hurt. So I do love the Tycho deck a lot. I like how that one turned out. Um, Also, Lagfest was interested about a dragon deck, and I thought Klauth would be very cool, like a very cool Gruul dragon to like kind of showcase. So we'll definitely be making Klauth soon. I don't think that will be eligible for a giveaway. That one's on a little more on the pricey side. It'd be kind of probably difficult to include a lot of dragons that were decent for a budget. However, we do have Tebble, the balanced scale. That will definitely be part of our giveaway. That's actually going to be a two video plus this one, I suppose. Should be fine. So I did a gameplay video of that today. So make sure you go drop a comment on that and a like. I appreciate it. But we'll do a full paper deck tech for that. That one will have a value of $150. We ended up actually making a really decent deck for $150. I'm really excited how that one turned out. So that's a really big win for us for sure. And what a lovely Sultai deck that is. It's really strong. What else is going on? Well, I was gonna make an Avora deck, and then I was like, well, these two cards kind of do it maybe perhaps a little bit better. Like, I think Avora is in the 99 for both, but let's kind of just kind of move these ones out so you can kind of see this one. This one's was from Aether Drift. It's extremely strong. It's basically like a enter the battlefield Goblin Welder effect, where it'll just exchange one of your artifacts on the battlefield for any of the artifacts for a single artifact in your graveyard. So I see like a lot of like Portal of Phyrexia stuff for this. And we'll kind of do a rundown of all of these cards like to an extent in this video as well. But this is just like a big stupid baddie deck, like Portal of Phyrexia, like Phyrexian Triniform, like all the huge artifacts, even Krang. I thought that'd be a cool angle. So we'll start making this one too. It's a really lovely deck for sure. And then also probably the most like under the radar, probably um, I would assume card or commander right now is this Gilgamesh. It is extremely strong. It basically looks 6 deep when it enters the battlefield, and you attach all the equipments that are like they're just put on the battlefield, and then they attach right to Gilgamesh. It's really stupidly strong. So this one's really cool too. So I'm going to be building an equipment deck, and also just like a big dumb red reanimator deck with Doretti. So there's those. Um, and Klauth will be very cool as well. I don't know if you're familiar with this one, but this one basically is just pays for itself, as you would say. Flying haste. It comes on the battlefield whenever Klauth Unraveled Ancient attacks at X mana in any combination of colors, where X is the total power of attacking creatures. Spend this mana only to cast spells. It's insanely strong. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana. 7 phases end. It's so good. Oh my lord! From the command zone. That's like Ozai on crack. Okay, what else is going on? Well, we were just going to do like a Balrog deck and kind of be satisfied, but I wasn't satisfied with just leaving Sauron the Necromancer hanging. This is a real true Ring Wraith deck, and I did get all the Nazgul, so I just want to make sure I kind of keep this one up. There's a lot of new cards. I think there's a new Shredder that's really good too. It would be very good for this particular card in general. So Sauron definitely always has a say. It's very good. very cool, like reanimator type of card. You know, I'm very fond of this card for sure. Ring temps kind of synergy. So we'll be revisiting that. We'll also be revisiting Arwen. So yeah, we got to like definitely organize our collection today, and yeah, this one is really cool. And we're gonna go with an enchantment vibe, and this one won't be very budgety. Like there's this one takes a lot of liberties to kind of get there with enchantments. You know, plays like Sylvan Library and stuff, and some other value engines that just kind of put it over the top. But Arwen is super cool, and I'm glad that I kind of fell in love with this card again. And there's Tycho, like we said, there's Tycho. So what we're going to do, zoom in a little bit here.
All right, everybody, so we're back. And like I said, we're going to start off with Tebal. So let's get right into this. We're just going to highlight some of the cards that are kind of what I think are pretty cool for the deck so far. Just kind of peeling it out a little bit, and we can kind of take a look at it ourselves. So this is a 4-cost commander. Whenever Tebal, with flying, whenever Tebal attacks, mill 3 cards. Then you may return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tap. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard, create a 2/2 black zombie creature druid token. So if you have a land, as you mill those cards, you can just put it right back on the battlefield. So like lands that sacrifice themselves do pretty well for this deck. We're gonna also do depletion lands, so that's nice. And then like if you have that land, like as you resolve that, then you actually make a zombie as you return the land, because a card leaves your battlefield or leaves the graveyard. So it's fantastic. So really great card. This is probably like the kind of card that like really shines with this particular deck, is the Titan's Nest. It's probably the #1 card for it, because you can just like turn your cards in your graveyard into 2/2 zombies, and you can also add mana to it to cast like your other spells. So if you get like mill a good amount of cards, and you have like a card like Esper Origins in your graveyard, all of a sudden, then you can like start removing some of those other cards that you don't need, like maybe extra lands, maybe enchantments that you don't need to use, and then exchange that for mana and then other spells that you have in your graveyard. It's really fantastic, and you're building a wide board as you do that. This is like a really excellent manland from Exelon, is the Restless Reef. Like this thing is like has death touch too. It's really obnoxious, but and it'll also mill you a bunch of cards. So on a turn cycle, you get like 7 cards in your graveyard with Tebal and Restless Reef. It's just really nice action there, to say the least. And then you can do like Sacrifice Matters, so you make so many zombie tokens. So you're gonna be making that nice board, and then Yawgmoth gets that much better. And then Nantuko has to be like insane, right? Because Nantuko just is going to make tokens already, so it works well with that sacrifice, and there's going to be tons of lands entering the battlefield. So really keeps that like kind of things going, and maybe we can hook this up to like maybe a higher end target and start producing extra copies. Maybe a Tireless Provisioner would be kind of fun, and then you're kind of really going to town, right? So there's the Nantuko. Very cool stuff, guys. So we just love to see this action. Really love this one, and this will actually be, like I said, for like a 3 of now. Basically the gameplay video we did yesterday, this video. Make sure you comment. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's do the requisites. It's going to be 10 likes again. Let's get it started. If I said that already, that's okay. That's going to be my new catchphrase. It's because I had to restart this because my phone was about to die and it fell over. And I organized it better for you guys. So like the video, please, and subscribe. But yeah, we're going to be, make sure you comment so I can track you for this deck and the Tycho one that will be coming up very shortly at 750. But yeah, we'll do another paper deck tech for that as well. So there is that, Tebal the Balanced Scale. I think we'll show off Tycho next, because that's kind of the 750. So here's our 750 subscriber commander, and it's just going to be based on the videos from the 500. If you missed the live, we spin a wheel for these things. So this is going to be a very nice ninja commander, very tanky, as I mentioned. Loves ninjutsu because you get to make this stronger. Some of the cards I really love here in general, just with like the cards in general in the deck, are like Genji Glove and Leyline Axe. I just absolutely adore these cards. Especially if your creature's going to be unblockable, right? That's really nice for that low cost. Psychic Frog could be a really cool addition. You might want a ninjutsu, or you might just want to start drawing cards off of this. Additionally, here's Mockingbird. Mockingbird is one of those really cool ninjutsu cards because you can just like kind of get repeatable value over and over again from it. So that's kind of really nice because it just retains that flying, right? Really nice stuff. Really nice stuff there for the Mockingbird. You can copy like Birds of Paradise. It could be like a former ramp too. And then I just love like a Spyglass Siren. So we definitely did like an artifact kind of affinity kind of vibe for this as well. So I love the Spyglass Siren because it's just like ninjutsus. It will create a, you just recast the flyer, make another map token. You can put like swords on here and put like Leyline Genji gloves on this thing and really good cooking. So Spyglass Siren can be very good as well. I was just looking at Klauth here and it's like so busted. Like it's such a busted card. I mean, what you're going to be doing with that kind of mana, I thought like the Endstone would be kind of fun, because you might be taking some heat as a dragon player and it's kind of a slowish one. So I thought it'd be cool to like have like an Endstone, perhaps, reset your life at 20, start, drawing you some gas. And it's kind of a heavy ticket item. That's a new card from EOE. I do like a Tarka here, just like as a top end, just to like kind of give your dragons double strike. That's a really nice expensive card. Dragonstorm seems very appropriate here. We'll definitely be able to get into Dragonstorm like effects pretty easy with Klauth. And Smuggler Surprise is definitely probably like your number one standard card right now for big baddies. Watch Severin 7. He's a very nice content creator. He does a lot of Smuggler Surprise decks, and they're also very good. All right, so there's that. Yeah, so there's that. Now, who's next? Probably the Sauron, I'd say. So Sauron, I'm definitely going to kind of keep this going here. Sauron is definitely like one of my favorite cards. I will read this one. It does have Menace. It's a 4/4. Whenever Sauron the Necromancer attacks, exile a target creature card from your graveyard, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that card. Except it's a 3/3 black Wraith with Menace. At the beginning of the NX end step, exile that token unless Sauron is your ring bearer. So it really loves enter the battlefield triggers. It also loves combat damage triggers because that thing will be tapped and attacking and it has Menace. So if it gets in for combat damage, it's pretty easy to do that, right? So we love Sauron. We love, and it will stick around that token if Sauron is your ring bearer. So we do play the 9 Nazgul in this deck, so you can see all the beautiful Nazgul here. So there they are. And then there's some other cards. I was just kind of sifting through my little spring cleaning from Necropotence, Cabal Coffers, and there is Sauron. So a little preview there. We'll definitely be revisiting that again. I'll just go down the line. Arwen here's next. And Arwen the Mortal Queen is like that really awesome card as well. So let's check out this one as well. This one is a 2/2. And really frustrating to play against. It's very hard to interact with because it has indestructible on it de facto. And then what's going to happen is you're going to definitely want to do the action of proliferating. Increasing the amount of indestructible counters on Arwen is very good because she can start giving more counters out in the form of lifelink counters and 1/1s to your creatures. It will scale up as well as it dishes out those indestructible counters. So you just really want to maximize those indestructible counters, really get more and more of them on her. Like, 3 or 4 is fantastic. We have some new cards from Airbender. So we're going to do like an Enchantment Matters version. So very cool stuff there. So here's Earthbender Ascension. And also just like a really nice Enchantment Matters. It's going to definitely be easy to scale up your Arwen and give her trample. So there will be definitely some lands to be entering, and we'll definitely be loving that. So really cool one there. Mikey and Leo, this is from the new set. So this one is very cool. We'll start drawing cards. Once a turn, if a counter's put on any creature we control, draw cards. Fantastic. Really good. There's Michelangelo. It's basically like an Ozolith on a creature. So just go figure that Arwen just gets super strong from these new sets, like incredibly strong. And then Ouroboros, obviously, is just a great finisher. So Arwen is looking really strong right now. She's poised to just destroy people. Here's Duretti. So this is like the big baddie, like big dummy kind of, action. Some key cards I like is like Goblin Welder to like start the party off. Goblin Engineer is absolutely fantastic because it'll actually entomb an artifact of your choice. which is really nice. So we can get that selection, and then we'll start also exchanging artifacts. And then I thought it'd be cool to kind of show off like one of the big dummies that you could like resurrect, like a mere battle sphere. You know, you can just like have these huge artifacts in here and just like summon them up, and it's really fun. So that is that. And the last one we'll go over today is Gilgamesh. So this one actually is, I think, is like under the radar, one of the more powerful equipment commanders or commanders in general that I've come across. Basically, like I said, it's going to come in the battlefield and attach a bunch of equipments, 6 deep, and they're going to attach right to Gilgamesh. So probably the combo that you're probably going to see a good amount of. I mean, the Helm of the Host kind of works pretty nice too. That is at the beginning of your combat trigger though. So if you attach this after the fact, you won't get that trigger, but it's more for the other Gilgamesh, the Godot. And that's all you basically have to do is attach the Helm of the Host to the Godot, and that's an infinite combo. So if your Gilgamesh can continue to live, you're just going to create those redundant copies of Godot, and you're going to just simply, overrun your opponent. It works very, very handily with a Gilgamesh too. So this actually will also fetch up this Helm of the Host from your library and just put it right on the battlefield. It's kind of strong. These red creatures are very strong. Fervent champion for really easy equips. And this is a very heavy like equipment card, like you get the swords here, Ember Cleave. So I do like that. Very strong commander in general. And then one more reminder that, yeah, this one will definitely make eligible for, we'll at least talk about it. I did want to make it exclusive, but I will kind of tease that we still have the Bartolome and Luris companion deck, the upgraded version. We will be including like this Voice of Victory and Promo Spirited Companion in there as well, and that will be like a $200 deck or so. So that's exciting. So look forward to that. That'll be like a 2 of where we're going to count that first one we did that has like 90 likes that I did like a couple days ago, like the most fun you can have legally, EDH, and then we'll do another paper deck tech for the $200 one, and those will be standalones. But I am working on that one too. And why spring cleaning was so good to me this year, guys? Well, I got to basically, select a bunch of cards that I'm going to be like, trading back to the LGS so I can continue to build these decks for you guys and give away the ones that are on the, what I would say more affordable side. Like the Tycho is a pretty expensive deck. I mean, the $200 decks are pretty expensive. I want to kind of keep it between $70 and $150 going forward, like the Tevel clocked in at 150, and I want it to be strong. So that one will be very good. Then the $70, or excuse me, and then probably just going forward, we'll just like try to, keep it between then and there. So here's like some of the cards I'm going to be trading back to the LGS. So, I mean, I just don't really see a need for some of these cards. I mean, they're very nice. I'm not going to build like a mono blue Tameo deck, so I don't really need that, or a Simic one. I have like an extra 1 ring kind of hanging out. I have another synthesizer. I just don't think I'm going to make a synthesizer deck really. I have some medallions, some of these other ones. Seagate Restoration. I like that card, but I think having 1 copy is enough. I just simply don't need like 2 of those. I have some of these like, Battle Bond lands that are very good, but like I said, I'm trying to like, strip down the decks so I can start building more budgety versions. And I simply don't need a lot of these cards. So these were like kind of like duplicates I had just kind of sitting around. They've been passing on the Skycath Cub lately at the LGGS, but we'll try it. We'll try to keep it going. Maybe they'll take it eventually. They do need cards here and there, right? There's Mox Jasper. I actually would probably put that in the Klauth deck, actually, but I do have an extra, so let me just put that over there. Make sure I can just kind of have that sitting over there. Yeah, that'll be fine. We are in green, but it is what it is. It's free. And then some of these other cards, maybe even Urbras could be cool, and like, whatchamacallit? What's her name? Azula, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I'm building. I like him more as a commander though, so, and I don't think I'm building him right now. So these are cards that I'm just going to be trading in. Like I said, I'm going to be building the decks that I've been talking about and kind of keep working on more new ones for you guys along the way. So thanks again for joining me today, guys. I hope you liked the video. Bye-bye.